Namaste everybody, and thank you again for pressing play and spending some time with us, and thank you so much for all your shares and your likes and your subscribes. Okay, so it's Sunday today, and there's just a stillness. I had some resistance even to start this today, and usually I wouldn't begin something if I had resistance, but looking into the resistance, it's actually a stillness. It's a stillness. And the song keeps playing in my head, let the love flow, let the love flow, let the love flow. Because it's an interesting time. Okay, so I made some notes. Normally I don't make notes. Well, someone made some notes for me, if I'm honest. It's been an interesting few weeks. As we get into Libra season, that's all about balancing in the scales of justice. But everything in God's universe all happens on many, many layers all at once. Now, if you think about it, you're perceiving the world flat. You're flat. Yes, flat. You're perceiving the world flat. And you can only see as far as you can see. Okay. But our Father, well, He sees everything. He sees what is seen, and He sees what is unseen. Now, we have to appreciate that light and shadow coexist. It has to be like that. That light and shadow exists outside of us, but it also exists inside of us. The whole cosmos is within you. So whatever is outside of you is also inside of you. And what's inside of you becomes what's outside of you. So when it comes to these readings, you have to realize that this is just an overall energy. This is the energy I'm picking up. So it's not your sort of cross my palm with silver type thing. Because what I have found over the years is one of people's greatest fear is the fear of the unknown. And if they can find someone who can somehow predict their future, makes them feel safe and secure. Even if, yeah, it's looking at like it might be a bit dodgy going forward. I'm not here to tell you what's in your future. You know what's in your future. Everything you need to know is inside of you. You just have to stop. Be still and know that I am God. Be still. So today we're being still. The day for being still is yesterday, Saturday, the Sabbath, but that's another video coming up shortly. But today I feel still. Is that it? Oh. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7? 7, 7? Yes, 7. Okay, my lovelies. Alright, just a few notes on the astrology because the cards are confirming, so I'm happy to move with that. Okay, so on Monday, the Sun squares Saturn. We can only see anything because the Sun is shining. We only see the planets, stars, because the Sun is shining. Everything is reflecting off the light from the Sun. So when the Sun is looking at something directly, shining directly on something, it is the power of the Sun is connecting with that energy of that other object, in this case on Monday Saturn, and making that energy very powerfully, intensely felt. That's what we feel. That's what we feel. So, Sun square Saturn. The challenge is to incorporate discipline and self-control into our sense of identity. Also, Mercury opposes Uranus. The challenge is to empty the lower mind to allow the guidance of the higher mind to flow through. Let's go back to shadow and light coexisting. I like to explain it's like a pendulum. Let's take love. We have on this end unconditional love. The kind of love that says that lets a person willingly lay down their life for another person. Absolute unconditional love. That is the extreme. On the other end of the extreme is hate. Hate, vengefulness, revenge, hate. They're on the same vibration. Now mostly people just pendulum somewhere in between love and hate and love and hate and love and hate. Be still. Be still. You do not have to be on the pendulum anymore. You can get off the pendulum. You have to come to a place of standstill. And this is the precious gift of the 10th month and the 11th month. Because you are forced sometimes to come to a standstill. On Tuesday, Venus enters Scorpio. So this brings a need to transform and regenerate our closest relationships. Family, friends, partners. And in order for that to happen, we may have to sit and listen to the truth, other people's truth. So it might be uncomfortable. And it's a time where people will be demanding the highest level of integrity. And I can tell you, this is not a time to be telling your porky pies. Tell the truth, no matter how difficult it is. On Wednesday, Mars opposes Chiron. So Chiron is the wounded, your core wound or the wounded healer. So your highest wound to your inner masculine and fear of taking affirmative action. Can you see? These are all things that are deeply, deeply transformative, and this is the power and the strength of the 10th month. You're having a look at the I. Who am I? If you don't know who you are, other people are telling you who you are, showing you who you are. Okay? If you do know who you are, perhaps you're being challenged. Are you really? Do you know that when life is forming in the womb, your butt, your anus, is the first thing that forms. Everything else forms then around it. Now in my life I've discovered that some people remain assholes. And I've determined it is because they never grew a backbone. On Thursday, Sun conjuncts Neptune. The challenge to dissolve ego identity and bear the sense of your soul bare. Okay, this is the time. This is the time. You went through, you started the year, you thought you were, oh, I'm so amazing, I'm so wonderful, look at me, look at me, look at me. Or you're the other come, you're like, oh, poor me, oh, it's happening to me, I'm a victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim. No, you're none of those things. You're none of those things. So through the year, we get to take the Christ journey. Have you figured it out yet? We get to take the Christ journey. Year by year. In fact, it gets micro. It gets day by day, week by week. But anyway, this is the time where, you know, it's like the ritual crucifixion. And what comes after the crucifixion? In the tomb, isn't it? Okay. And then you go down into hell to hopefully reclaim a third of your darkness. It doesn't end there. Then you rise again. But later on you get to choose if you want to be a beastie again. So on Sunday we have full moon in Aries. So this is balance between self and other, honoring self and honoring the other. Now, if you're an empath, you know, this lay your life down for other people thing is like a hardcore need. We can't do that anymore. We can't do that anymore. Okay. So, it's going to be a really interesting week. Absolutely interesting week. Remember, your life is a school. It's not a prison. It's not a punishment. Everything's designed to wake you up to who you really are. You think you're this person? No. You are the light of the world. You are the Spirit made manifest. Okay, so the cards are saying, ladies, the men, this is their week for, and we kind of deliver this. We deliver that knockout blow, don't we? Okay, we go, you this, 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 and they go, ah! So ladies, this is the week to be strong. Okay, there's going to be pushback. But this week is designed to get us to wake up from the fog, wake up from the delusion. So we've got the Grail Knife. That's illusion, delusion, seeking the sacred. We all just want, what do we want? We just want to be loved, and we want to love, but we want to, but if we don't know what love is, you know, what are we settling for? Okay, so this week, we're moving from the balance and the scales, and we're moving into Scorpio season. Okay. So this week we're going to be over-analyzing. Let's not over-analyze. The way not to over-analyze is bring all the thoughts into the body. Okay, if you're too much in the mind, you've got to bring it into the body. That's your meditation. That's your walking in nature. Connecting with nature is vitally important. Okay. Also, creative projects. What you'll start seeing now is the small seeds of the things you've been working on. You know, the little rewards, the signs that are saying, yes, you're on the right path. Okay, this is your total surrender time. Just surrender. Throw yourself into those fires of transformation. I mean, do you want more of the same? Do you want more of the same? Because I can tell you next year, 2020, 22 year, master number year, master building year. What are you going to be building next year? Right, this is here to help us It is here to help us. Okay, so our ladies, I need you women to come into your power this week. Okay, I need your Magdalene spirit to be reigning supreme, because we've got to bring the light into the world, because these men of ours, woo, okay. We're going to be hearing some truths, okay? We're going to be hearing some truths, and you know what? It's time to forgive. Now, forgiveness is a brilliant, beautiful thing. You forgive, not for them. You forgive for yourself, because this is a prison. Oh yes, this is a prison, so we don't want to get caught in that prison. Through my life, there's been a couple of scriptures that plagued me. One was, when all is said and done, you've laid down your life, you've been whipped, you've been beaten, you've been hung up on a tree, you've been stabbed in the side, people have been taking the mick, and virtually the last word you utter is, Father, why have you forsaken me? This plagued me. The other one that plagued me was, or is, in my Father's house are many mansions. Wow. First I thought, okay, I got a cool digs up in the sky somewhere in this place called heaven, but once I figured out when I was quite young that wasn't actually reality, because gravity exists. I figured out, where are these mansions? Where are all these mansions? Where are these mansions? Well, these mansions are in heaven. Okay. And if the only place heaven's going to be is on earth, then these mansions are supposed to be on earth. Okay. God's children are supposed to be reigning supreme, not lording it over other people. If you are a king or a queen, you know the responsibility of that. I need our queens. Come into your queen. Come into your queen this week, my girls. Okay, I know. The information's coming thick and fast. And Mercury will soon go retrograde. So, yeah, whatever doesn't come now will come soon. But I need you ladies to take it in. I need you to come into your power. I don't need you to be over-analysing stuff. These men of ours are going to be, well, not ours, yours. They're going to be dealing with their beast. That beast. One day, have you never wondered what Jesus was doing from age 12 to 33, 30? I always wondered. In fact, it became an obsession. And I found some things out. Okay. Over-analysing. Let's not over-analyse. Okay, so truth is going to be coming to us. Also, to put it bluntly, a lot of people will literally be vomiting out their deepest, darkest, toxic horribleness. And based on this and based on the astrology, it's mostly going to be the men amongst us, which is fine. This is fine. So I need you ladies not to be the victims. I need you to stand up. I need you to know your truth. I need you to speak your truth. Okay? I need you to speak your truth with gentleness and kindness. I need you to look into your heart. Okay? Oh yes, forgiveness. Forgiving someone doesn't mean you have to have them in your life. It just means that their actions towards you do not cause you to allow devils to get back into your heaven. Okay. Creative projects. In other words, what are you focusing on? You need to not send your energy anywhere right now where you're not going to get a return. There's reasons. Okay. There's reasons. Now, because this card, the Grail Knight, so the Grail Knight seeking the Holy Grail. What is the Holy Grail? I'll tell you what the Holy Grail is. This is the Holy Grail. An illuminated man and an illuminated woman creating their heaven on earth. That's the Holy Grail. Because then they give birth, potentially, to a child and children. And they teach this child how to be illuminated from young. There you go. Here's another option. There you go. My favourite card. There you go. That's the Holy Grail. Okay. But now the thing is, has to fight for his own illumination. Has to fight for her own illumination. She cannot make him her God. You see, women are designed to do that. No. No, no, no. She makes God her God. He makes God his God. And God, knowledge, wisdom, God provides the understanding. And that is how, that is the search for the Holy Grail. And that, my darlings, is the beginning of your kingdom on earth. In my Father's house are many mansions. Okay, now, it's a tough week, so this card, also one of my faves, is saying that the power and the strength that you need to get through this particular time of transformation is provided to you. Our Father is going to give you that power and that strength, okay? But to tap into it, you have to stop. Just stop and breathe. Breathe. Just breathe. Take a breath. Take a walk. Desist from behaviors that take your mind into your lower vibration. This is the week to pull your head out of the Maya and the smut. Okay, this is the week to decide, who am I? Am I the beast, or am I taking that noble hero's journey? Seeking the sacred union with God first. Okay, so because we've got all this emotional stuff going on and mental activity, we want to make sure that our focus is on the things that we are planning to build next year, in the 2020 year, in the building year. Okay, in other words, focus on what's real. Rebirth. Rebirth is inevitable. Okay? Think of it as a phoenix. This is the smouldering time. But soon, rebirth will occur. Everything happens in God's timing. So patience is also a factor this week. Okay? What are you rebirthing? The Beasty or the Priesty? All eyes are on you. Come on, ladies. This week, it's our week to shine. Let's hold the light for our male counterparts. Okay? It's going to be a tough one for them. Alright? Okay, my darlings. I love you all. Thank you again for your very kind comments and your very kind words. Focus on what you love. Even if what you love is telling you things that are hurtful. Okay, I think that's all for now. Namaste.